What's up, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. As you guys read in the title of this video, I just wanted to cover quickly how I'm up 8% today on Gush. And Gush is another ETF. If you guys have been following my channel, you know I love my ETFs. I love trading inverse ETFs. And this is another one, Gush. That's an inverse ETF of Drip. Drip and Gush are two ETFs that are both oil-based ETFs, and they both trade based upon this particular index right here, SPSIOP, and this is the S&P Oil and Gas Explorations and Product Select Index, right? And this is one that I've traded a bunch in the past, Gush, that is, a bunch in the past. I've made about $400 profit on it last week, and I've traded it on this particular pattern that it's on, even previous to last week. So let's talk about how I'm up 8% today. I didn't call this one out, but I took a little position yesterday before market closed, and right now, March 29th, I'm up 8% on my position with Gush. So let's talk about this particular index, which is actually the same chart as Gush. So whenever this particular index goes up in price, Gush goes up in price as well, but whenever it goes down in price, Gush goes down in price, but Drip, the inverse of Gush, goes up in price. So let's talk about this particular pattern that I see, and it's pretty obvious, guys, that this particular index is on an ascending uptrend pattern. So what that pretty much means is that it's creating higher highs, and the price, it's going up over time. So we're going to look at it right here, and we see that the index was at $4,700 right here. $49 here, then it peaked up at $51.88, down to $5,000. It peaked up at about $5,300, right? Down to about $5,000 again, and then it peaked up at about $5,300 again, down to $5,100, then it peaked up to $5,300 again, and then we're down to $5,100 again. Then it created a higher high of $5,400, and now we bounced off at $5,200, right? And now we're at $5,300, and this is the particular price point at where this particular index where I got into the ETF, which is Gush. I got in when this index was at $5,200, and that correlates to the price of $21.95 for Gush, and I made a position in this particular stock, or ETF rather, yesterday before the market closed when it was at $21.90. So like the index chart showed that it was creating higher highs, Gush was able to do that as well, and this is the pattern that I was able to trade a bunch in the past couple of weeks. So if we talk about it here, it was at $17.33 and went up to $21, $18 right here, right, up to $22, $20 right here, up to $24, $20 right here, up to $24 again. And you can see the amount of swing trade potential here that's being offered from these particular plays right here. If you're able to hop in here when it's hitting a low point and sell it when it's at a higher high, that's a good potential for a swing trade, right? When it sells off again to about $20 and it's formed that confirmation, that bounce above the EMA line, that bounce above the support level, right? And then it goes up to $24 again. That's another opportunity for a swing trade. So this is what we're looking at with Gush. And when it was actually approaching the $21 and $21.50 range, $21.60 range, that's when my eyes were starting to open up, because yesterday it actually got to that price point, right? It got down to about $21.50, right? And I was looking for it to hold above that particular price point so it can be in line with this particular trend that we have drawn here, right? So that's what actually ended up happening. It bounced above this particular line right here, and I could show you guys closer with this particular chart at 10 days. This is actually perfect right here. You see it dip below $20 here, bounced up, it peaked at about $25, and this is where we played it yesterday on Wednesday, March 28th. It went down to about $21.60, like I said, and it was able to maintain above this price point and start to form a little bit of an uptrend at close to the market close, and that's where I got in at $21.90. It is kind of a gamble at the end of the day, because this price could continue to go down, but based on the previous charts, based on the previous, technicals of it being on an ascending uptrend, of it creating higher lows, I just saw much more potential for profit with this particular stock than potential for loss. And at the end of the day, when determining what stocks or ETFs to invest in, that's what you're looking for. If there's a stock or ETF that has more potential for profit than potential for loss, and this one has a lot more potential for profit than potential for loss, right? In my personal opinion, in this case, that's when you should hop in, right? So to illustrate that even closer for you guys, pretty much the potential for loss here is pretty much 1 to 2%, right? If it falls down to about $21, you're down 2%, but the potential for profit from about $22 where we were able to get in up to $24.50, $25 is 12%. And if it does create another high of, let's say, $25.50, which it could create according to this particular pattern that it's on, that's 15% potential for profit. So 15% potential for profit opposed to 2% potential for loss. That's a pretty good ratio in my personal opinion, and that's why I got into Gush. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video of me updating you guys on my position with this particular ETF. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Stas_Surfest_entrepreneurship. Link should be down below in the description. Make sure to give me a follow if you guys want to see how much money I'm making in the stock market, because I post all my profits on my stories on that Instagram. So link down below if you guys want to check it out. Let's make some money today. Peace.